Good morning, fans, and welcome to a playoff edition of Dallas Penguins hockey. The Penguins in the number 2 seed spot of the Arizona Cactus Cup. They find themselves pitted against the California Wave, a team that similarly went undefeated through pool play, although in a little bit different fashion, and with a couple common opponents. So there might be an opportunity to compare the two teams. The Wave, their scores against the Las Vegas Storm, a victory 4-1, a victory over the Las Vegas Ice Warriors by a score of 16-1, against the Mission Arizona team 4-1, and the Arizona Titans Red team by a score of 2-0. And similarly, the Penguins faced a couple of those common opponents. And so, if you believe in the transitive property in sports, you can kind of look at some of those games and compare how the Penguins did against those same opponents. The Arizona Titans Red was the first game the Penguins had of the tournament, and they emerged with a 11-1 victory. And then against the Mission Arizona team, it was 6-0 for the good guys, and so a little bit more dominating for the Penguins than the California Waves. So maybe that's a signal that the Penguins should have a pretty good result this morning from Peoria. They are looking to of course, win this game and then move on to the championship game, which is the other side of the bracket is a semifinal game between the Texas Warriors and the Las Vegas Storm. And so we will be watching that after this game to see who the Penguins might match up with if the Penguins are able to win this semifinal. But first, it's going to be Penguins against the California Wave, and we will have puck drop for you here in just a few moments. Stay with us. And warm-ups are completed, and we are ready to go with the puck drop. Penguins against the Wave, number 2 versus number 3 in the semifinal game of the Arizona Cactus Cup. Starting in net will for the Penguins, number 35, Preston Peters, and it's going to be kind of up to him to lead the Penguins to victory in this one. Although both teams pretty much very solid defensively, and the Penguins will need to maintain that. Very interestingly, in this tournament, both the Warriors, the Penguins, and the Wave have goals against in this tournament of 1, 2, and 3. So both teams pretty much stack up right with each other as far as defensive prowess. It's really the offense that separates these two teams. The Penguins, of course, being the most dominating offense of the tournament. The Warriors coming in number 2 and the Wave number 3. Gonna have a face-off down here low. I think the puck went outside of the rink early, and face-off won there by Lucian Deering, and it comes away up to. We'll have to see the number there, but now it's with Everett May at the point. May passes out in front, tries to get a tip out in front by Deering, and he's able to get a stick on that, but it goes wide, and so it comes away for the Wave. Wave enter the zone and dump it and chase. That's going to be taken there by Alleman. Keegan Alleman plays it up the boards and out, and the Penguins will go for changes on both offense and defense, and that will be an icing. So just a little bit too far there for Alleman, goes all the way down the ice, and so it will come back to the defensive zone for the Wave. Face off tied up there in the middle, and it comes right out in front, and there's a little bit of a shot steered away there by Peters, chased there by McLeod over in the corner. Played back behind and given to McLeod, and McLeod plays it up and gets it out of the zone, and the Penguins come a little bit of a 3-on-2 if they can hurry, but the Wave get back, sweeping back behind the net there, and plays it up to the point to Kaidash. Kaidash tries to work it down low, and it's blocked there out in front, and so it comes out and comes away to Charlie Thomas. Thomas works it in, tries to hit Reckley, but unable to connect on that pass, and so it comes back out of the zone to Kaidash. Kaidash plays it over to his partner McLeod, and McLeod dumps it into the zone, and Penguins go for a change, but maintain possession of the puck, and now it's over to May. May works it in, looks over his options, comes back around, gets the puck knocked off, but he keeps it in the zone, throws it off, and it hits a stanchion and takes a weird bounce out in front. Now it's over to Mazzola, and Mazzola gets a shot that is stopped there by the goaltender. 10:57 remaining in the period. Shots on goal early, I would imagine, is about 2-2, but the quality is a little bit higher for the Penguins. Looking at the stats for the Wave, it kind of seems like there is one really big line, as is pretty typical for youth hockey. There are 3 players on the Wave that are over 1 goal per game in this tournament. Everyone else is less than 1 goal per game. Players to watch out for them: number 86, Gordon McKellips; 17, AJ Duffy; and number 19, Nick Avina. And so we will need to keep an eye on them in this game to see how they fare, because as they go, so go the Wave. And if we can keep those players off the score sheet, the Penguins probably have a pretty good chance of winning this game. Played there at center ice and taken away by Everett May. May tries to skate around the defense and gets past them behind the net. He's got Gavin Robbins out in front. May with it, plays it over to Bartolome. Bartolome has room. He throws a shot out in front, and it is knocked away by the defense and taken the opposite direction by the Wave. They just dump it across the ice, and that's going to go for an icing. Didn't quite get across the center line, and so that will be a little bit too far. The referee is blowing that whistle down, and we will have a face-off down low in the offensive zone. I hope you have your cup of Joe. I know I'm on my second cup, waking up very early, 7 o'clock Central Time, and even earlier local time for the tournament. Mountain Standard 6:30 kickoff for the Penguins. It's one of these days we wish everybody had a little John Thomas in their life and they could have a nice big cup of Black Mark coffee to get up and early for these games. Penguins lose control in the zone, and it comes away to center, but 2 Penguins are on that, and Alleman comes away with it, throws it out of the zone. And stolen out momentarily there by Deering, but can't control it, so it comes back in the zone, and it'll be chased there by Alleman. Alleman with it, throws it up. I think that's to Saw Devon. And Saw Devon gets it back around to Alleman. Deering now in support and comes away with it there. I'm sorry, that was Hogan back in the zone. Thrown back up to the point. You don't want to throw it there. There's a shot out in front, steered away. Easy save there for Peters. Shots on goal are even at 2. Of course, that might have been the third one there. And that's stolen out in front. So they were trying to feed that right out in front of the net, and the Penguins defense was having none of it, and they throw it the opposite way. And that will go for an icing, and we will come all the way back into the defensive zone momentarily. Well, the in-game scoreboard attendant and the person playing the music is definitely trying to wake up both these teams. Playing a little offspring there for the boys. Penguins come away with it in their zone and steer it up towards center. And there's a little bit of speed. He's got a good lane. Goes back behind the net. That might be that's Everett May. And then Penguins lose the puck, and there's going to be a stoppage in play. We're going to have a penalty coming to the Wave. We're going to see what that call is, and the Penguins will go on the first power play of this game. Who's it going to be for the Wave? It's going to be number 9, I believe. Either 9 or 7. So it might be Emily G. Ostorton or Jesse Hamrick. Not quite sure. A little hard to see the number there, but it's probably going to be for roughing. I didn't see the call either. It's going to be Tracy Hogan and Mazzola early on the power play for the Pens. That's Everett May there on defense. Plays it over to Tracy. Tracy tries to get out in front. There's a shot, and it is steered away by the goaltender. Mazzola now with it behind his own net. Plays it over to Tracy at the point. Tracy moves in. Passes over to May. May gets a shot out in front. It is tipped and knocked away there. They're trying to feed to Hogan out in front, the big-bodied Hogan, and he's out in front of the net. And there's a shot steered away there by the goaltender. That's Mazzola with it. Mazzola plays it behind the net and tries to feed it to Hogan, but they're unable to connect. Hogan, good job on the forecheck. Maintains possession. Tracy gets a slap shot from the point, but it goes wide and goes all the way over to the other point. Kept in there nicely by Mazzola. Mazzola feeds it back over to May. May now with a slap shot, and it is steered away by the pad of the goalie. Goes behind the net. Now up to Mazzola. Mazzola shoots, and it's lying out in front and comes back to May. May works it back down to Mazzola. Mazzola looks over his options, gives it to Hogan. Hogan loses the puck, but and it was not kept in there by Tracy, and so the Penguins will have to reset. And they're going to come back in. Tracy with some speed, going to try to work past 4 defenders, and he's got May on the line if he can hit him, but he's going to drop it off there, and May's going to go for a change. I think that's Saw Devon now with it. Saw Devon with it. Looks over and tries to play it to the point, but it is tipped up and out, and so the Wave will be able to change, and that will go for an icing at 6:49 remaining in the period. And we can't see the clock, so we're not quite sure how much power play time is left, but probably, I would guess, about 25 or 30 seconds or so here. Played back now to Deering. Deering gets a shot, and it's steered away. Gavin Robbins goes to play the puck, and it comes out to Kaidash. Kaidash is able to work it a little further down low. Deering continues it on into the zone. And that was lost there behind the net. But kept in nicely there by Hogan. And lost once again. And so they will try again to get out. Throw it up the board to Kaidash. And Kaidash is unable to control that one. And so it comes all the way down the ice. And icing waved off, and the penalty is over. The Wave have killed off this early power play, this early opportunity for the Penguins. Although doing a good job of getting pressure and maintaining offensive zone time were the Penguins. And there's a stoppage in play, and we will come out of the zone. That's going to be an icing call. Deering with the face-off here for the Penguins, and Deering wins it over to Hogan. Hogan works it down lower, and that's Devin there. And that's played over to McLeod, and McLeod on the doorstep, and he gets a shot off, but it is covered there by the goalie, and we will have a face-off to the right. So it looks like early on the Penguins are controlling this game, and they are setting the pace and deciding how this game is going to play out, getting a lot of offensive zone time and really controlling the pace of play early on in the first period. Although definitely being assisted by the early power play, but it's a very good sign to see that the Penguins are really controlling it. Lost stick there. I think that's an offensive stick. I think that's Deering, and Deering goes and picks it up. Oh, he tries to pick it up, but gets knocked down there by number 87. That puck gets wrapped around, kept in there by McLeod. McLeod plays it back over to Deering and thrown up and not quite out, but now it comes out of the zone, and there's a little bit of a hit, and we will have a stoppage in play once again. And I think another penalty for the Wave. I'm not quite sure why the whistle blew. Looks like a penalty coming here. Oh, and this one's going to go towards the Penguins. I think that's going to be Deering, and I can't quite see the penalty call, so I'm not sure what's going on here. So at 5:17, the Penguins are going to go down a man for the next 2 minutes. Oh, it must have been Hogan because Deering's there on the face-off. And that is one back to May, and May dumps it in the offensive zone, but not all the way. And so the Wave come out with it, out to center. And now it goes into the zone. Back behind his own net is the Wave, pressured there. I think that might be Thomas on the forecheck. No, that's Saw Devon on the forecheck, and that goes around the back of the net. May plays it out, and it is thrown up and out of the zone. That was Deering there getting the clear, and he will go off on a change. Turnover at center ice. May works it down low and goes off for a change of his own. So the Penguins changing the penalty killers here. Oh, and there's a bad turnover there. Robbins has it now. Robbins plays it around, hooks around. It looked like he was going to try to hit Alleman, but he decides to take his own shot. Now he's got it again. Puts it out in front to Saw Devon. Saw Devon gets a shot, and the net is knocked off its moorings as we get a stoppage in play. So even with a man down, the Penguins are still controlling this game. 4:14 remaining in the period. Score is tied at 0, although shots are favoring the Penguins. And we'll have to get a look and see what those actual shots are. It's probably somewhere around 5-2, 6-2. Face off one there by the Wave in their own zone. Kept in there nicely by Mazzola. Good job of working the puck, and he gets a hit on number 11, Maxton Shirai. There's another hit by Robbins. So Penguins laying some lumber out on the penalty kill, and that's going to be thrown all the way down the ice for an icing. So about 24 seconds remaining, 33 seconds exactly remaining in the man advantage for the Wave, and that was, I can see it now, that was Travis Hogan going off, sitting in the sin bin for the Penguins. Face off one there by the Wave, but really controlled by the Penguins, and it comes out of the zone. Kaidash with it now, plays it to Mazzola. Mazzola tries to get it back to Kaidash, whiffs a little bit on it, and so it's going to come over to the corner. Kaidash and Mazzola playing with it now up at the point there. Throws it back, and Kaidash gathers it and skates open. 13 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Mazzola with it now. Throws it up to Robbins. Robbins just dumps it and goes off for a change. Icing going to be waved off here. And the Penguins have successfully killed their power play or their penalty kill. So Penguins now back at full strength. Reckley with it here. Reckley tries to hit over to Charlie Thomas, and Thomas is unable to get any speed on that one. Played back to Tracy. Tracy here with it, skates it in the zone, or that's May, takes a long out shot, and it goes off the blocker of the goaltender and played to the point and out. Tracy now with it. Feeds it over to May. May has Reckley. Reckley takes it into the zone and skates it in and loses it to number 24, Tony Swanson. And Swanson's able to get it up and out. That's Brian Pajar with it. Everett May on him. May gives him a shot and steered away by Ewan Randalls. And the Penguins now have it with some space. That's going to be May. May enters the zone, and Thomas and Reckley give chase behind the net. That's Reckley. And he forces a bit of a turnover over into the corner. And it's wrapped all the way around, and it will be picked up there by Saad Devon, but unable to control it. But it comes out to the middle and comes all the way out of the zone to center ice, put right back in there by the Pens. Oh, and there's a nice hit there. We'll see who that one was. That was Travis Hogan. And there's a shot. I think that's by Deering. Hogan gave a nice little shoulder there over on the board, and the Penguins were able to get a good shot on it. Hogan now with it, plays it up to Deering. Deering trying to get open, unable to do so, but Hogan comes away with it, tries to make a pass across the ice, but cannot connect. Saw Devon plays it back in. Deering gives chase behind the net. Thrown back over to, can't tell if that's Alleman or Saw Devon. There's a shot out in front, steered away by the wave, and it comes out into central. McLeod has it now, and that's going to go all the way for an icing. So 51 seconds remaining in the period, and the faceoff will come all the way down the other end of the ice for the Pens. Robbins here on the faceoff, and that one's won over to the Wave, and it comes out to center, and the Wave will come the other way. That wraps around the net. Shots on goal, 11-2 in favor of the Penguins. Played there by Robbins. And Robbins keeps it back, gets it over to Mazzola in the corner. 28 remaining in the period. There's a shot that's going to go wide. Peters watches it go over to the corner. Played up to the point. Mazzola on the attack there and dump it back in. Kaidash will give chase. There's a hit by Robbins, and there's a shot steered away by Peters. And do we have a penalty coming? I think we do. I think we're going to have a penalty to end this period. So with 6 seconds remaining in the first period, the Penguins will go down a man once again, and they will start the second period on the penalty kill. It's going to be Gavin Robbins, 2 minutes here. And there was a collision. Looks like the referee is saying something to Michael Young, reporting it to the scorekeeper, not giving any signals, so we don't know what the penalty call was actually for. But Robbins will spend the next 2 minutes, well, the next 6 seconds of this period, and then the next minute 54 in the penalty box. And we have a delay here for some reason, not quite sure. Saw Devon is standing over on the ice, and Michael Young is asking a question about something here. Not quite sure what it is. Is it, maybe it's a major and someone has to serve it for him. It might be a 2 and 10 for head contact to Robbins. That would be the only reason we would need another person to serve it for him, is if there's a major penalty here. Which would also probably be the explanation for why we didn't get a signal. But I imagine this is a 2 and 10 going to Robbins, so we will not see him for the next 10 minutes. Probably he'll come back roughly around 3 minutes of the second period. Face off one here by the Penguins, and frozen over on the back of the board And as the horn sounds and the period ends, the Penguins and the Wave are tied at 0. And we will be back with the second period just in a few minutes. We return for the second period. The Penguins find themselves down a man for the next minute 54, and they will be without Gavin Robbins' service for the next 10 minutes, roughly, of this period, going off for 2 and 10. And it will be the first period is being served, I believe it's by Travis Hogan, so he will return in the minute 54. And there's a quick stoppage in play. The puck comes out into the Wave bench, so we will face off outside the defensive zone. Penguins finding themselves a little bit of penalty trouble here, two straight penalties in a row, and of course that major is a big one for them. Face off one back and controlled by the Pens. One at center and thrown back into the zone, but it's taken away there by May, and May throws it all the way down the ice, and that will be a stoppage for icing. And as both sides gather, face off one back and controlled there by the Penguins. A little bit harder to see the numbers today, kind of having some issues with the quality of the video. Not quite sure who all these players are. There's a shot out in front that's going to go high and ring off the glass behind the net for the Wave. Tracy now with it, works it up and out, and the Penguins will take the pressure off, and they will change all their penalty killers. So a new unit coming out for the Penguins. Taken away at center ice there. That is Hogan. So Hogan's not out there. Maybe it's Saad Devon that's in the bench for the next 55 seconds. It's a little hard to see the numbers on the far side of the ice. It's a little easier closer here in. Face-off or the Michael Reckley playing that and getting on the forecheck, and the Wave skating out wide, trying to get a pass out in front, can't connect on that one. Now over in the corner, only a few more seconds remaining in the man advantage, and that comes out to center and not going to go enough for icing. So good pressure taken off there. Reckley on the forecheck once again. And lost there to Hogan. Hogan plays it out to center. Pestered there once again by Reckley, and the penalty is over. The Penguins have successfully killed off their second penalty of the game. There's a shot blocked out in front by the defense and thrown up off the glass out to center. And the Penguins will go for a change on their forward units as we have an icing call here with 10:50 remaining in the second period. And it sounds like the horn is blown on the other side of the ice, so the second semifinal at least has gotten underway. I'm not sure if that's the end of the first period, if that's actually the start. It might probably be the start of it. Saw Devin with it for the Penguins, though, up at the blue line, and he's unable to get it out, but it's taken right back away by the Wave, and eventually it comes out to center. Played up and over to Deering, and might have been a little bit offside, but the referees allow him to play through. Deering behind the net. He's got Mazzola out in front, and they can't connect on that. But the pass came out to Mazzola, but he was unable to find his handle on that when he gets the shot off, and so it comes back down into the defensive zone. Wave give chase, and they lose control of the puck there. And thrown out to center and chased there is Saw Devin, and he is not going to be able to catch up to that puck. And oh, and the referee trips on this faceoff circle and goes all the way into the board. Hope he's okay. I know his pride's probably hurt just a little bit, falling down and going into the board with nobody around him. We will have an icing here. Face-off won and controlled there by the Pens. Played over to Randalls. Randalls jumps on it, and it is blocked out back down low. Randalls plays it over, tries to hit May, and it is taken away by the Wave. Randalls once again plays it up to the point and not out. Now we'll try it going the other way. That's May playing it up, and we're not quite sure who that is that gets it out. I think that's Reckley. Got it out of the zone, but it's taken right back by the Wave. So the Wave pushing the pace of play a little bit, and of course aided here by two straight penalties. But they're getting a little bit more a couple more chances. There's a shot and a tip out in front, knocked away there by Peters, steering away that chance there for the Wave, and it comes out to center. You don't want two players in that location. Need to spread out and get open for passes. And the Penguins lose it, but gain it right back. They got Tracy out in front. I think that's Reckley over there in the corner. And they're trying to hit Tracy in the middle of the ice. Played up to the point. There's a shot out in front. And it scored! Penguins take a 1-0 lead with 8:59 remaining in the second period. So we will see on the score sheet who actually got that one, but I think that was May getting a shot and tipped either by Reckley or Thomas to go in the net, and the Penguins go up 1-0 in the second period here. They take the lead, and the Penguins now have good control of the game. There's Bartolome with it with a shot that goes wide. Deering goes and gives chase. Played back up to the point. Now back over to Deering. Deering with it, tries to hit McLeod, but that's taken away. And McLeod and Alleman are back on defense, so good job there. That's Johnny Levy with the puck for the Wave, and he gets hit there by Alleman and dislodged from the puck. Hogan now on it. And it comes back out to the point. Alleman with a little bit of a hit, and a player for the Penguins goes down. That was Alleman going down into the boards there. He's up and all right. Now up to the point. That shot goes wide, but kept in there by Levy. Levy plays it down low, and it comes out in front, but it's steered away by the Pens, and they will freeze the puck back behind the net, and the Wave come away with it. They're trying to hit it out in front, but they're unable to connect. Chipped up there by Hogan out to the blue line, and not out yet, and there it goes out. Bartolome jumps on the puck, and it's in the skate of the Wave player, but he can't connect on it. There's a shot that's going to go on net, so icing waved off here. Little trouble bouncing puck. Not a hard shot, but sometimes those give goalies trouble. Oh, and there's a play. There's a play there. If the Wave was able to jump on that, they had a skater going right towards the middle of the ice, uncovered, and that would have been a golden opportunity. But good job by the Penguins defense to turn that one away. Tracy now with it. Now Mazzola has it, and he loses the puck at the blue line. But he gathers it right back and takes it in to the offensive zone. Mazzola with it, tries to play it out in front, gets a shot that goes a little bit wide. Saw Devin tries to get a shot, but that's knocked away. Kept in there, though, by the Penguins. There's a shot that goes high off the glass. And now back behind the net, the Wave are able to gather the puck and, well, they tried to get it out, but it was kept in there, I think, by Tracy. Kept in once again. Tracy now with it, skating out to the middle of the ice. He's got Kaidash if he wants to drop it off, and he does drop it off, but that was taken away there by Levy. Saw Devin, plays it out to the middle, and that stays in there by Kaidash. Kaidash plays it over to Tracy. Tracy now with it, gets a high shot and scored! Tracy with the backhander goes up past the shoulder of the goaltender for the second goal of the period. So just a Johnny working lately goal. Michael Tracy takes that puck and gets a backhand shot that goes up into the crossbar. So that high shot working for the Penguins in this one. I'm not quite sure who is going to get the assist on that, but it's going to be Tracy on the goal at 6:27 of the second period. Penguins really starting to put the pressure on now. Two quick goals here for the good guys. There's Deering with it. Deering behind his own net. There's a pass out in front. May with a rip shot from long range, and that goes off the goaltender over into the corner. Thomas gathers it there, and he's got some support. Plays it back to Kaidash. Kaidash tries to get it down low and loses the puck, and it comes away for the Wave, but May is back on defense with Deering in support. Deering goes to the middle. It's taken away there by May. May skates around the players. He's going to go all the way if you don't stop him, but he makes a play out to the corner. I think that's Hogan with a long range shot that goes a little bit wide. Reckley plays it. No, so that would have been Thomas there with that shot. Randall's now with it, plays it over to May, and May's going to enter the zone uncontested. Oh, and that's going to be offside. Wow, it looked like the skater had his skate behind the blue line, at least from my angle, but they're going to whistle that one down. And so the faceoff will come out of the zone. Penguins doing good work. They're really skating hard, and they're playing hard in this second period, taking those two goals to take that 2-0 lead, and again taking back control of this game. It went a little bit the other way for a while after the two penalties called on the Penguins, but the Penguins have regained momentum and regained control of this game, and of course leading where it really matters the most. Bartolome with it's going to skate it out of the zone. Oh, he's not going to skate it out. He skated along the blue line and lost control at the blue line, so it comes back in for the Wave. Wave play it over in the corner and throw it around the boards, and that's going to be taken there by Bartolome. Bartolome is going to ice the puck, unless that's going to hit the net, but I don't think it will. No, that's going to be an icing there for the Penguins. Well, if you are in the YouTube stream, we'd like to hear from you. Drop us a comment and let us know where you're cheering from. We'd like to interact with the fans of this game. And also, if you are in your YouTube and you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to the channel. It would really help us out. Get us those YouTube analytics up a little bit. Deering plays it back to Alleman. Alleman tries to get a shot and it's knocked out of the air by Deering. Back to Alleman at the point, and that's going to go out of the zone for an offsides. I think the clock in the arena is going a little bit fast. I keep having to reset my personal stopwatch here on the feed because every stoppage is going a little bit later than my clock. And so we'll keep an eye on that in this game. Good move there on the blue line by May. May gets a shot and it goes out wide. Tried to hit Deering there for the tip. Played back to May. May throws it down low to to Mazzola. Deering goes and gathers. And he's got Saad Devin out in front if he can hit it. There's a shot up high, and that one was stopped. So Deering trying to do what Tracy did and go up high over the shoulder of the goaltender just on the other side. He tried to go glove side. Tracy went blocker side, and that one was knocked away by the goaltender. Face off down low here for the Penguins. It's going to be Deering, Saw, Devin, and Mazzola. Alleman and I think Randall's on defense. It might be May. No, that is May. So Alleman and May on defense. Face off one there by the Penguins over to Alleman. Alleman in the middle takes a shot that gets knocked out wide. And back up to the point. Alleman will keep it in and drop it down low. He gets it over to Deering. Deering looking over his options. He's got, oh no, that's Deering out in front. So that was Mazzola there with the puck. Made a nice pass to Deering out in front, but Deering lost it in the middle. And so it comes the other way, and it will go all the way behind the end line here, where it's gathered there by Bartolome. And Bartolome is able to get it up to, well, it comes back in the zone, back behind the net, and it will come the other way. Nice play there by May. Good check there, knocking his player down, and there's a tie up there. May comes away with it. And the puck comes all the way down the ice for an icing. 3:10 remaining in the period. Shots on goal favoring the Penguins by a large margin, 17-5. So really doing a good job of outworking the Wave here. And of course, leading where it really matters the most, 2-0 on the scoreboard. Face-off one there by the Penguins goes over to Kaidash. Kaidash plays it around the boards. And there's a tie up there with Reckley. Reckley gets it worked back behind the net. And a puck battle there. And that comes out and nets off its moorings. Referee's going to allow it to continue on and play. I'm not quite sure why. The net's off, and now he sees it. Really, the rules state you should blow the whistle once the offensive team has control of the puck in the offensive zone with the net off, but they allowed that play to continue just a little longer. Peters makes a smart move and knocks the net the rest of the way off, so the referee saw it. We could see it on the broadcast. It came off, and the referee could let it continue in play, and so Peters dropped his shoulder into the far post and knocked it way off, so there was no question that the net was no longer lodged in its pegs. Penguins come away with it. I think that's going to be May there. May plays it up to center, and the Penguins lose control of it at center, but regain it back and keep it going the other way. There's two Penguins players back, but they're unable to control the puck there. Thomas on the forecheck. And Tracy gathers the puck, and he's unable to catch that one, so it comes out to center for the Pens. Dump back in, and that's going to be offside. But the puck comes out to center ice. Played there by William Brennan. Brennan plays it out, but Thomas is going to take it away, and that's going to be Reckley and Thomas skating in for the Pens, and a dump in, and Penguins change wholesale with 2 minutes remaining in the period. Oh, and a whiff play, and it's stolen there. There's a turnover in the offensive zone. That's going to be Hogan. He plays it behind his own net and loses it there. And Randalls is unable to keep it in the zone, so it will go all the way down the ice. Taken there. I think that's by Randalls. Played up to Bartolome. Bartolome works it up to Deering. Deering's out in the middle, but he gets knocked away by 3 defensemen. So the Wave doing a good job on defense, not allowing the Penguins to get into that beauty spot of shooting right between the hashes. So they got 3 defenders back, and the Penguins are trying to get in there, but they're being steered away. And we talked a little bit about the good defense of all teams remaining in this bracket, at least the top 3 teams doing a real good job of defense. That's Randall's there with it. He's going to drop it down low for Deering. That's played up to the point and thrown back in, and no Penguins are out in front of the net. So a little bit of a weak attempt turned away there. Bartolome has it now. It's a shot knocked away by the leg of the defense. Comes to Deering. Deering plays it up to the point where there's 4 Penguins over on that side of the ice, and no one's covering Randall, so Randalls goes and gathers it down low. And he gets a pass out in front, and it is sitting there for Bartolome, and he's unable to get a stick on that one. Worked down low a little further by Randalls, taken away there by Thomas. And May gets a shot. There's a defender with a stick down. I'm sorry, that was Tracy, not Thomas, who played it back to May. 20 seconds remaining in the period. Penguins leading 2-0. That puck gets chipped up past the shoulder of Mazzola. but worked back in by Ewan Randalls. Randalls gives it over to Saad Devon. Saad Devon makes a pass there, and it gets worked down even further. As the period ends, the Penguins take a 2-0 lead into the third period. One more period until the championship. Penguins leading 2-0, so really doing a good job. We will have that for you in just a few moments. So apologies for that momentary delay. Was trying to check in on the other score of the other game. We'll have to do that here after this period. Penguins, though, leading 2-0 and maintaining control of the puck here. They skated in, saw Devon with pressure there. He's got Robbins alongside of him. Mazzolo works it down low. And it's taken away and given there by McLeod, and McLeod plays it in offside. Well, was trying to check and see what the score was. I think it's in the first period still over on the north side of the rink. Wasn't able to see the scoreboard before I had to get back to this one. But I will try to see before the end of the game if we have a score on the other side of the tournament here. It's going to be an icing. No, icing waved off, played by Kaidash there. Kaidash plays it up and out. Not quite out, up to the point. Kept in there by the wave. And Thomas now with it. Thomas gets it out to center, and that is taken away there by Reckley. Good job there on the forecheck. Oh, and a big head contact. Elbowed into the head. The Penguins are going to go on a power play here. That's going to be 2 minutes for elbowing. And that's going to be a good call. Little guy against a big guy, and unfortunately the big guy is just right at that head level. His elbow just laid into Thomas's head, and he went down. So Penguins going to be on the power play. And for some reason, we have another goal. I'm not quite sure if the scoreboard is accurate. I see a 3-0 score here for the Penguins. I didn't catch a goal. There's a shot on the power play, and it goes back behind the net to Hogan, and Hogan loses the puck, and that comes up to May. May keeps it into Tracy. Tracy works it down low to Mazzola. Mazzola now with it tries to hit Hogan, And that one's going to go for icing with 11:26 remaining in the game. Well, I guess in the time that we were gone, an early goal was scored by the Penguins. So I'm getting reports that that scoreboard is correct, that it's 3-0, and I'm not quite sure where and who that came from, but good job by the Pens to go up 3-0. Hogan forces a turnover there. Kept in by Tracy at the point, gives it over to May. May rip shot, and it's knocked away by the goaltender. And out and cleared there on the defense for the Wave. Controlling it there is May. May brings it into the zone, and that's going to be offside. And that faceoff will come back out. I'm trying to check and see when we scored that third goal. Penguins still on the power play for about another minute. Played behind the net to Mazzola. Mazzola now with it. He goes back around. He's trying to look for Tracy. He's going to pass it out to May. May passes it over to, I think that's Mazzola. Mazzola gets a shot, and that's steered away by the goaltender. Now up to Tracy at the point. Do they have Michael Tracy playing defense? It looks like they've got May and Tracy on defense here. At least they're playing on the point. There's a pass out in front, a shot by McLeod, and a score! Ryder McLeod on the power play, and the Penguins lead 4-0. Penguins taking this third goal and making it theirs, scoring two very early goals. One on the power play here by Ryder McLeod, and I think it's probably going to be May and Mazzola on the assist from that one. The pass came from May down to the left side of the offense, which I think it was Mazzola. Timeout being taken here by the Wave. So that power play went May to Mazzola, and then the rebound came out to McLeod, and McLeod got the shot and the goal. So really good power play work done there by the Penguins. You can see the Wave coach talking to their goaltender, so maybe they're having an issue with goaltending here. Luckily, Penguins not having that same issue. They're keeping the Wave completely off the scoreboard. So doing a great job on offense, defense, and goaltending for the Penguins. Timeout is done, and we will have puck drop, and we will continue action here from Peoria with 10:27 remaining in the period. Face-off controlled there by the Wave momentarily, and that's a bad pass up to the point. It doesn't come out, but now it's to Hogan, and Hogan gets it out to Alleman. Alleman works it over to Deering and tries to hit Alleman back. He tries to give it right back to Alleman, but Alleman's unable to control that one. Penguins play that out in front, and it's taken away there by the Wave. Wave coming away with it. That's number 86 for them. There's a shot. Glove down there by Peters, and we will have a stoppage in play. So he was able to see that one all the way right into his glove. You can see the shots on goal really favoring the Penguins 22-6. And I'm getting reports that the Warriors are up 1-0 on the other side of the rink, and it's probably the second period. I'm also getting a report that the third goal was scored by Travis Hogan on a rebound. So Hogan with the third goal, McLeod with the fourth in the third period. So you're all caught up to date with what's gone on in this game. And again, apologize for not having that third goal for you. Penguins controlling that. Thomas going to give chase, and that's going to go for an icing. So 9:11 remaining in the game, and 9:11 until the Penguins find themselves in the championship of the Arizona Cactus Cup. And if you've been watching any of the games of this tournament, that really doesn't come as too great a surprise, although it's definitely something to celebrate and definitely something to be proud of. But the Penguins running completely roughshod through this entire tournament, and it was really very expected that the Penguins would emerge victorious in this one and go on to face the winner of the Warriors and Vegas Storm game in the championship. McLeod there with a high shot that gets blockered away there by the goaltender. Chipped up and out. McLeod will gather it now. And he goes back in his own zone, chips it up to Mazzola, but that's taken away there by number 47. I'm going to look at the numbers again for those players. Number 47, Jake Fosmore. Now the Penguins have it in their offensive zone, and that comes away to the Wave. So the Penguins looks like they're taking the foot off the offensive gas a little bit, going to clamp down a little bit on the defense, really, and that's probably a pretty good strategy. Just need to make sure that the Wave don't score another goal in this game and then move on to the championship. That one comes out to center, and it's controlled there by the Penguins and dropped back into the zone. Penguins will go on a change, and there's a chance there, but knocked away by the defense. They had players back. That was Deering forcing that turnover there, and it comes into the offensive zone, steered away there to the corner by the goaltender. Number 7, Emily Osthorn comes away with it. Pressured there by Hogan, and Hogan gets a little bit of a hit. Saw that's Bartolome there. Forces the pass up to center, and it's entered into the zone by the Wave, and rolling puck stopped there by Peters. No further action here down in the offensive zone, and we will have a face-off down low with 7:35 remaining in the period. Not quite sure what the delay is here. We're waiting for the face-off. Might be an equipment issue here. Looks like AJ Duffy has an issue with some pads. And now we're ready to go. Face-off won back there by Duffy. There was a shot that was knocked away there by the defense of the Penguins. I think that's Kaidash there on it. Plays it up to his teammates, and that comes out. Steered away there by by Thomas. Jesse Hamrick brings it in for the Wave. Plays it back behind the net. It's gathered there by the Pens and thrown up the boards. Frozen puck there in the corner, and that comes away. Wide open shot, and it goes wide. That was William Brennan on that shot, but he couldn't put that on net. Penguins come the other way, and they dump it in low directly on it now. And it comes back out to center. 2-on-2 here for the Wave. Brennan looks over his options, loses control of the puck, and it comes out over to Reckley at the point. McLeod doing a good job on defense there. Reckley with it. Reckley now works it down low to Thomas. Thomas unable to catch that pass, and so the Wave are able to throw it back around, and it will come out to center, but unable to connect on that pass, and so Ewan Randalls gathers it, throws it over to May. May now with it. He's going to skate. He's got some room. May going to skate in, makes a dangle. He's open in space. He shoots. He scores. Everett May with the 5th goal of the game, and the Penguins have an enormous lead now. Oh, we've seen it quite a few times in this tournament. If you give Everett May space to skate and you let him skate in, he's going to take that. He's going to take that opportunity, and he does that there. Goes right into the beauty spot, you right where you don't want to allow the opposing team to go into, right between the hashes, right in front of the goaltender. Skates around one player, makes one move, and gets a great shot off, and gets that goal. I believe that's probably going to be unassisted to May. Puck now out at center. Player fell down for the wave. If the Penguins had control of that, but they were unable to get that. May now with it loses it at the blue line. Alleman back on defense. Evan Martinez for the wave tries to throw it out in front, but knocked away there by May and Alleman. May throws it up to the point, but it's taken away there by Emily Ostorn. Ostorn plays it around, and it comes to Saad Devon. Saad Devon's able to play it out. Now back to Ostorn. And she drops it into the zone, but it's chased there by Alleman behind the net. Alleman continues it along over to Saad Devon. Saad Devon chips it up, but not out. Can't get it past the wave player there. Now it comes out to the point, and now it goes to Robbins. Robbins is going to try to get it out, but he can't get it out either. Alleman gives a chance there. Behind the net, they're going to throw it out in front, and stopped by there by Peters. Good goaltending there. Was ready for that shot from behind the net. Robbins forces it out finally, and now the Penguins are able to go for a change. Saw Devon on the pressure there on the forecheck. Now Mazzola. And there's a pass at center taken away there by Deering, and Deering gets it over to McLeod. McLeod now with it drops it off for Mazzola. Mazzola gives it back to McLeod. McLeod gives it to Mazzola at the point. Now it's over to Alleman. Alleman gets a shot, and that one's knocked down there by the goaltender. So 4 minutes remaining in this game, and the Penguins looking like they are all the part of a champion, pitching a shutout in this game and hoping to move on to the title game here at 140 Central or 140 Mountain, 240 Central, and we will have that game for you live from Peoria, Arizona when it happens. So make sure you come back this afternoon to watch the Penguins play for the Arizona Cactus Cup. Not trying to count too many chickens, but looking at the score and kind of seeing how this game's going, you have to feel good about your chances for the Pens to be playing for that championship game. Bartolome gets a little bit of a hit there. Forces the puck back behind the Wave net, and the Wave play it over to the corner. It's kept in there by the Penguins. Penguins get a shot, and it is knocked away there by the defense, and they come the other way with it. And trying to hit an open Evan Martinez, but unable to connect with that one are the Wave, and so that's going to come back out to center. Penguins playing on the short wall there, and they're going to enter the zone but lose the puck right away, and so it comes the other way. McLeod with it now at center. McLeod enters the zone. McLeod takes a shot, and that one's steered away back behind by the goaltender. Wave come away with it once again. Up to the blue line and out to center, and they just dump and go for a change. Randall's with it behind the net, and Randall's throws it out in front. That's a dangerous pass. There's a shot that goes high off the glass. Well, you don't want to pass it out in front of your own net in the defensive zone. That's not a smart move. But the Penguins are able to avoid that dangerous play there. There's pass cross ice, but it's taken away there by Tracy. Penguins are able to get it out of the zone, and that's going to be whistled for an offside. And I'm now getting reports the Las Vegas Storm have tied the Texas Warriors, so the score over there is 1-1. So a very good game. The 1-4 matchup is a lot more competitive than this 2-3 one, which is kind of surprising. Although because of the tiebreakers, honestly, it kind of feel like the best team really wasn't the number one seed. It was just kind of a formality because of the way that this tournament handles their tiebreakers, capping the goals differential at 5 apiece, and so that forced the three-way tie and sent the Warriors to the number one seed and the Penguins to the number two seed. But a much more competitive game between the Las Vegas Storm and the Warriors. Penguins here on this side of the ice leading 5-0. That one's won back to the Wave, and they skated in. Sweeping it out wide. They try to put it out in front. They get it out in front. Now there's a shot, and it is tipped and knocked away there by Peters, and it is a score. So the shutout is dead. The Wave are able to get one past the goaltender. A couple good chances there, but eventually it finds the back of the net. And the Wave celebrate and come a little bit closer. A bit of a defensive breakdown, allowing skaters to go right out in front and not covering that rebound chance there. It was just a mess of players, a mess of Wave players, and they were able to get one past Peters for their first tally of the game. Clock was running there, surprisingly, so a couple extra seconds. That actually benefits the Penguins. I don't think anyone saw the clock was running, but a little less time remaining on the clock than probably should be. McLeod plays it back into the zone, and that's taken away there by the Penguins behind the net, and it turns out the other way, and the Wave will come out with some pressure, and they dump it down low, chased there by McLeod. He decides to go in front of the net instead of behind it, and so he's unable to gather that puck. You kind of like to see him go behind the net and go grab that thing. Robbins and McLeod there, and Robbins plays it directly now in a puck battle. And coming out, and there's a shot that's going to get knocked away there by the skate of Alleman over into the corner. 1:22 remaining in the game. And the net's off its mooring again, and we will have a stoppage in play now. So 1 minute remaining roughly in this game. And the Wave were able to come a little bit closer, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late for them. And they are going to fall in this semifinal game to the Penguins. Shots on goal favoring the Penguins by a large margin, 27-10. Face off here, it's going to be Johnny Levy for the Wave, and he wins that back over to Tony Swanson. Swanson drops it down back behind the net, and it comes away to the Wave. And now they're setting up a lot of offense pressure. There's a shot out in front, rebound sitting out in front of the net, and it's knocked away. And it's like a mini empty net goal, and it goes empty net goal all the way down from the defensive zone. Not quite sure who shot that. It might be May. Preston Peters was celebrating. He had his hand up signaling field goal. He knew it was in all the way from the defensive zone as soon as it happened. So it might be May from Peters on the goal. We'll have to check the score sheet to see what they do on this one. But the Penguins answer the Wave goal and get one of their own into the empty net. And so this game is all but over with 59 seconds. And once again, the clock is running, and it really shouldn't be. It's really a goal differential of 6, not 6 goals total, but they're going to run the clock anyway down there in Arizona. Penguins work it down into the offensive zone. I didn't even know that the empty net was there. I wasn't counting players. I guess I probably should have. But the Wave pull their goalie down by 5 or down by 4 to try to come a little bit closer, and it ends up biting them. The Penguins are able to get that empty net goal, a dump from all the way down in the defensive zone. Really interesting play there. 15 seconds remaining as the Wave take it into the zone. May steers that away, forces it back out. 5 seconds remaining. There's going to be a shot all the way from across the blue line, and that's going to be stopped there by the goaltender. There actually is 3 seconds remaining. The clock is stopped in the arena, and so we will have that for you, but it's going to be a face-off all the way down in the offensive zone. It's not going to be nearly enough time. The Penguins are going to go on to the championship, and as we mentioned, that game will be at 2:40 Central Time and 1:40 local. There's the final bell. The Penguins have won, and they will move on to the championship, defeating the California Wave by a score of 6-1. And we'll stay with you for just a few moments, but we'll wrap this one up. We'd like to thank you for attending DJHA Pens '07 Hockey live here on YouTube. And we will see you in just a few short hours for the championship of the Arizona Cactus Cup. and we will find out exactly who that opponent will be for the Penguins. Right now, the latest score that I had was 1-1, tied in the second period. So we will see if it's going to be the Las Vegas Storm or the Texas Warriors. But for now, we will be signing off, and we will see